Hey there, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. My goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both watching a specific film. So the specific film I'm reviewing is called Reptile. This dramatic whodunit thriller is now playing on Netflix. The film is rated R and is 2 hours and 14 minutes. My overall movie review mom grade is an A minus. I thought it was really well done. But let me give you the whole scoop. I'll give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked, things I didn't like, as well as tips for parents, themes worth talking about, interesting lines, funny lines, and recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that you might also like if you like this one. All right, so let's dive in. In a nutshell, the story is about Tom Nichols, a hardened New England detective in pursuit of a case where nothing is as it seems. It begins to dismantle the illusions in his life. This is the directorial debut of Grant Singer, so kudos. Round of applause. He also wrote it with Benicio del Toro and Benjamin Brewer. Benicio del Toro also stars in it with Justin Timberlake, among others in this great cast. So let me give you some tips for parents. I think kids are going to be bored, and it's not appropriate for kids anyway because it's rated R. There is profanity, including many F-bombs. An unmarried couple lives together, even though the woman is already married. We see them in bed, and that's about it, though. Talk of a brutal murder and portrayal of murder. We see some blood on parts of a dead body and on other bodies, as well as blood splatters. The blood ratio definitely increases as the movie goes on. And there's talk of a hooker and lots of alcohol. So some of the themes that are illustrated really well are solving a murder, detective work, marriage and relationships, real estate, greed, cops, trust, respect, honor, and reputation. All right, so with that out of the way, let me share some of the things that I really liked about this film. First of all, others in the cast that you're going to also enjoy seeing are Alicia Silverstone, Francis Fisher, Eric Bogosian, Dominic Lombardo, and Atto Asando. Now, we all know Justin Timberlake has some serious pipes on him, but he also does a really fantastic job in all of the acting roles that I've seen him in, including this one. Fun fact, he wears brown contact lenses in this role for this character, just for fun, I guess. Benicio del Toro and Alicia Silverstone dated in real life for about a year. They also appeared together as love interests in the movie Excess Baggage way back in 1997. Unlike most detective movies, they actually have a really good married life in the movie, and they're very sweet to each other. You can see the warmth that they probably genuinely still have for one another. It comes through on the screen. They have really good chemistry together. Now, pay attention to all of the clues. They're definitely there, but they're hidden cleverly. At the end, you're going to go, yeah, okay, I get it. You might even catch it ahead of time if you're really paying close attention. There is some subtle humor to make characters endearing. And while none of these characters is perfect, they're all perfectly flawed, they all are somewhat endearing. And I liked that because you don't always see that done well in movies where they're a bunch of bad guys and they're just all bad and you don't like any of them, right? That's not the case in this film. I love twists and turns, and there are a few. There are plenty of red herrings also that will try to divert your attention to the wrong suspects, of course. I mean, that's typical for this type of a movie and genre. Now, there were only really a couple of things that I wrote down that I didn't like or just thought could have been done differently or better. For example, like a snake, Act 1 moves very slowly, but then things really start to pick up. And then finally, they bang you over the head at the end. And it resolves pretty quickly in the end. So just be prepared to patiently wait. There's a little bit of action at the very beginning, and then a lot of nothing, a lot of, detective work and talking and that kind of stuff. The movie really is much longer than it needs to be. It definitely could have accomplished what it needed to be in a much shorter time. Now, I always write notes when I watch movies, and one thing I love to do is write down funny lines and interesting lines, just so you can get a taste for the dialogue and the script writing ability. So I have them all on my written review at moviereviewmom.com, but I'll share a few of them with you right now. So there's this really funny line. The first time I heard it, I laughed, and turns out it's kind of this running thread throughout the film. And the movie ends with it, which I thought was really interesting. So Benicio del Toro plays our protagonist, the detective named Tom Nichols. And so he's in this scene, there's blood and dead body and, all this stuff. And he walks into the kitchen and he turns on this sink and this faucet and he goes, "I love this kitchen." And I just thought, wow, it really takes a special person to be a murder detective. One of my sons was dating a girl who wanted to do that. And I said, you realize you're going to be seeing a lot of really nasty, disgusting things every day. And I don't know that she really thought about it that way. She's like, yeah, I guess you're right. Anyway, I wasn't completely trying to convince her not to do that, because we need good people that are capable of doing that. That's a job I could never do. But anyway, it just kind of made me laugh that he was unshaken by what he saw and was, focused on the kitchen hardware and stuff. Anyway, and then there's a conversation between a couple of guys. Dan Cleary is the character played by Atto Isando. And he says, by the way, why does Wally call you Oklahoma? And then the character, Tom Nichols, played by Benicio del Toro, says, because I can cut a rug, baby. And so it's really cute because there's this community of good friends. They go, they play poker together, they dance, they, hang out and sing and drink and talk and whatever. And you can see that they really have this long friendship. And I've always admired that. And I find that to be one of life's great blessings, when you can find a community of close-knit people that can see you through all of the different phases of your life. That's really unique and special. Anyway, let me share a couple of interesting lines. So Wally says, so how's Mr. Detective Cleary doing? And then again, Benicio del Toro's character says, well, aside from never wearing a tie, he's doing pretty good. And then Wally says, good, because I taught him everything he knows. Not everything I know, everything he knows. And I thought that was just interesting. There's some interesting banter between some of the cops. Another conversation is between Benicio del Toro, this detective, and his wife, played by Alicia Silverstone. And she really helps him throughout the case. She gives him ideas and says things like, check that out or whatever. And so she's looking at the pictures of something and she says, that's a bite. It was the dentals that got Ted Bundy. And so that kind of shifts the direction that this investigation goes into, because she was able to spot that. And then I thought that was interesting. I didn't remember that about Ted Bundy. All right, so overall, I thought the movie was really well done, tremendous cast, and just feels like a good, solid detective movie. So let me give you recommendations for 3 films that I instantly thought of as I was watching this one. One is called Gone, Baby, Gone. Not that the stories are exactly similar, but that there is some detective work going on and trying to figure out a husband who lost his, well, in this case, not a wife, but a girlfriend, and who's at the bottom of this? Is it just a basic crime of passion or a random crime, or is there greed beneath it all? And that's usually the case, isn't it? Follow the money. Anyway, no spoilers there, I'm just saying. Another movie is called Prisoners, which is also a really intense detective movie where you're trying to figure it out and follow the clues. Great acting. And then another one is called Little Things. And I think most people love detective movies because they love to follow the clues and solve mysteries. And so you'll definitely be able to sink your teeth into all of those movies, so to speak. No pun intended about the bite teeth marks thing. All right, that's it. Hopefully my review gave you a little bit of an idea whether or not you want to spend time or money watching this movie. If my reviews are helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and tell all your friends to come on over. I really appreciate that as I'm trying to grow my channel. So also, if you get a minute, run over to Facebook, where you can join my Movie Review Mom Facebook group, where we share funny memes, talk about movies, and, movie stuff. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.